Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sugi. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a brief review on Proton VPN. And for starters, we're going to be looking into a bit of the features and what exactly makes it different from the rest of the competition. First and foremost, it is available on a multitude of different devices. That includes Windows, macOS, Linux, Chromebook, Android, and iPhone. The VPN extensions also exist for Chromium-based browsers, Firefox, and also it is available on smart TVs. Now, this review will be based on my experiences, mostly on Windows device. I also did play around with it on my Android and also on my Android TV. So in case you're looking for more specific experience on the other devices, maybe check out another review as well. One of the other things that I like about Proton is that it's actually based on Switzerland, and they kind of started out as a company to, have the email service. So they have the Proton Mail, which was the original product, and after that they had basically expanded into other things like the VPN, which I think they started out back in 21 or something like that. So they're relatively new, but the thing about Switzerland is that they have very, very high focus on encryption and privacy, which is very important in this space, especially. A lot of the VPNs that you see shielded on most of the YouTube channels or in the internet tend to be part of the Five Eyes network, which is the Anglosphere Intelligence Alliance, which includes Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and United States. A lot of VPN companies are based on United States, and that means that those companies might be spying on you, they might be collecting logs, and they might be selling your data onwards. They might be selling your information onwards into those other intelligence agencies. So it's not exactly the most secure way to interact inside the internet. So you got to be really careful about where exactly are your VPN based. And Switzerland is one of essentially the top choice you could be, because we don't really trust the countries from the Five Eyes. We don't trust China, Russia. These are kind of sketchy countries when it comes to privacy and your general rights. So that is probably one of the biggest points going on for Proton VPN. And as I already mentioned, there's a multitude of different devices that are supported. Obviously, it is supporting Netflix, as some of you already are using Netflix. You might have noticed that a lot of the libraries are different when you travel, or maybe a certain show has been taken out from France and you want to still watch it. Well, you can, connect into United Kingdom IP, and now you can basically access that show again. However, in the case of Netflix, sometimes the subtitles and the dubs are also region blocked, which is quite of a hassle. That is not the case with a lot of the other types of services out there. And also, there are these malwares, censorship types of things that obviously exist. There's a million reasons to obviously use a VPN. I don't need to go those in this video, as you probably are already looking for a product and you already have a purpose where exactly you're going to be needing your VPN. And before we go into the actual interface, so this is basically the application on Windows. We're going to be looking into that in a second, but let's talk about pricing, as that is going to be pretty important for a lot of people. So currently they do have a couple of deals going on. As you're watching this video from a bit later on, there might be another promotion going on that's very normal to these VPN services. So currently there is one of the other big selling points for this service is that there is a free version. That is one account that you can get, and it has a medium VPN speed, and it has 5 countries which are randomly selected. Usually one of them is America, and other ones are basically random. And I think you have to wait 1 minute until you can change from one country to another. And this is kind of like you testing it out the service. Does it even work for you? So it's kind of like a good introduction into the service. And if you actually need more, higher speed, or you need just more countries in general, then you can basically start going into the VPN Plus or Proton Unlimited. And this is currently priced at 4.5 euros, and this is basically 8 euros per month. These are obviously the 2-year plans, and obviously when you go with the 1 month and 2 year, they're going to be more expensive. So you remember that price in that sense. But in terms of like the gap between 1 year and 2 years is not even that bad for the VPN Plus, and that includes all the favorite TV shows and stuff like that. And there are a lot of people thinking about, well, why exactly shouldn't I just use the free versions all the time? The free versions, other VPNs who are using only free stuff are usually allowing your VPN to be used by other people when you have the application on. So there's kind of like data scraping going on and other types of Intel things which are not very secure. So that's why kinda free VPNs are a scam. Not in the case of Proton VPN, but I'm just saying in general, it might be advisory to actually be subscribed to a VPN because it's a lot more secure that way. Here is a bit of a breakdown of the actual things. So this includes streaming. So the free version is not able to do streaming. We have BitTorrent, we have malware ads blocker, we have 10 devices on both of the VPN Plus and Unlimited. Maybe there could be more devices on the unlimited model, just my 2 cents. Also, none of these are collecting logs. That's one of the most important things we obviously care about when using VPNs. No ads and secure protocols. And then there's going to be a couple of extra things which are dark web monitoring and things like that on unlimited, which are very niche types of things, and a lot of people are probably not going to be interested in that. And cloud storage is actually included on all 3 plans. And this is also the unlimited also gives you things on the actual Proton Mail, which I also am using right now, top of my Gmail, because Gmail obviously also log into a lot of things. So this is Swiss privacy, no activity logs. It's open source, which is a lot of things are not open source. Kill switch, secure core, net shield ad blocker, which we're going to be looking into, secure streaming, VPN accelerator. So this is giving them like 400 more speed. I haven't been trying that out, contrasting it to other things that much yet, but we have to take it for the face value, and save file sharing features. So that's basically it. Now let's go into, for example, into YouTube. So right now here in the top corner, I can see that I'm connected in my home country, which is Finland, and I have like a Finnish advertisement here with Finnish text. So I have the ads on currently on YouTube. And now I'm going to be jumping into the actual VPN interface. So this is what basically it looks like. Here we're going to be seeing the net shield feature, which is normally on. We have the kill switch, which I'm also going to be putting into standard, I guess. We're just going to try it out. There's a port forwarding feature. I'm not going to be using that now. There's split tunneling. And then there is settings, which goes into a lot of other things over here, which we're not going to be delving into right now. There's 122 countries listed here, which is quite extensive. So we have most of Africa here. We have apparently every single country in Europe also included here. We have majority of Middle East. It seems to be everything in the Middle East. And we seem to also have a lot of Asia. China is not listed. That might be a deal breaker for a lot of people. China has a lot of technology behind them, which prevents people from using VPNs. And then we have a couple of things missing from the Polynesian region and also in Latin America. But we have pretty much all the core big countries overlisted here, all European countries, majority of Asia, and basically all of Middle East. So these are like regions where you're going to be seeing a lot of IP blocking, but China is not there on the list, which is obviously going to be, some people might need it. It's kind of like a highly sought thing. And so right now we're going to be just connecting into, let's go for Estonia, and voila, like 2 seconds, we're basically, linked in. And now we can see the protocol here, how much traffic is being moved, server load, how long we have been in, and this is my new IP address over here. And if we're going to be refreshing on YouTube, we are going to be actually seeing this actually in effect. So now the YouTube thing is no longer saying Finland, and we're not even seeing advertisements even over here. We can try another VPN, like let's say we go to Sweden. Let's see, that's going to be changing the actual country. There's also peer-to-peer options. That seems to be also 120 countries. There's the secure core that is including 65 countries. So you can add like another layer of encryption to your VPN connection just to be sure that you will not get caught. And let's see, try to do refresh over here. And here we go see SE, which means Sweden. So now we are actually, YouTube is recognizing us as we are actually in Sweden, and we're seeing basically advertisements which are, to the Swedish region. So that's basically how easy it is to use. The minute we don't want to use it anymore, just hit disconnect, and that's basically it. Then we just want to go back to again, and we're connected. And I liked about this, there's also Tor support. Some people really like that one. There's kind of limitations on how many countries are on this list. Oh, I didn't know that Hong Kong was actually included here, which is a really, really good thing. And then we have Taiwan. So maybe you can access some Chinese stuff through a Hong Kong IP address. But I don't really have much else to add here. I mean, the interface is pretty easy. You can search. Apparently, let's say if we're going to try to do, you can do apparently even certain places here, like cities. We're going to be connecting to Dallas, for example. So that might be also something that I don't know if you can do region restrictions based on state in America, but it's nice to have that option that's there as well. But I mean, all things considered, like Proton VPN is pretty secure. It is based on a good country that we actually trust. The pricing in terms of the discounts are actually pretty good. They're not the most cheapest in the market. I'm obviously going to be honest about that. So there are obviously things that go a lot more cheaper, but usually those are also limited type of deals. Like this deal is going to be 70% off for the next 12 months or something like that. So you don't always want to obviously go for the most cheapest product also on the market. In case you want to support the channel, I do have my personal VPN link for Proton VPN in the description down below. And obviously, what you have experience with Proton VPN, I would love to see in the comments. Have you tried it yourself? How does it rank against your other experiences? Do you find it secure? What do you think about Switzerland and all that type of stuff? Leave that in the comments section down below. And obviously, you can do your own research. Obviously, get a second opinion about this VPN. There's a lot of resources on their website which goes into all of these types of different supports. And if you have a specific question, can I use watch this and this server with this Proton VPN, I can try it out for you and see results myself. But yeah, leave a comment if you need any help. Thanks for watching. I will be seeing you in the next video when that will be dropping out. Cheers.